Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I'm excited to be here, and historically, they typically leave my presentation for last because the way I like to say it, we save the pest for last. But unfortunately, I'm not the last, so I'll do my best to keep us going. As you saw from Tom's presentation earlier with Ecolab, we touch many businesses, and good for my business is that pests love to interact with each of those businesses, so it keeps job security quite high. But with that, there's a lot of problems because, again, when you're out there chasing, whether it's cockroaches or rodents, manual operations are pretty much the way to go. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about stored product pests, or those pests that impact the food supply chain and the impact they have on food safety. And there's really limited technology out there to get after or to identify these pests in an early stage. So that's kind of what our challenge is here. So a little bit about pests and what they do here. So, you know, most companies, many of you in this room, pest services along with a good sanitation and cleaning program, that can go a long way to limit what pests can do to your products or to your facilities. However, pests, they're creative, I have to tell you. They're just very innovative themselves in working their way around things. So they find their way in, whether it's through stored products, whether it's through on pallets, whether it's on, other delivery mechanisms, they get there. And each of these pests, they carry pathogens. And these pathogens, such as Salmonella, Listeria, E. coli, they are a risk to each and every one of us, and they are very detrimental to the safety of our food. Today's pest programs, we rely too heavily on manually based vision inspections and deliveries and inventory in the warehouses, along with the pest traps across the facility. With these methods, it is difficult to know exactly when that pest showed up in the trap that we may have put out there. Furthermore, the placement of the traps typically is too much set on logistics and budgetary decisions versus really getting after the strategic rationale around that. So we believe that identifying and proactively treating pest issues before materials and food ingredients even enter the food plant could move the needle in the macro problem of food waste. Several studies and industry reports have estimated that up to 25% of the food produced goes to waste before it even gets to the consumer. Pretty amazing, right? So that represents a cost over $1.2 billion when you think about that. So some of the key products affected are stored product pests. And I hope I hit the right button here. Oops, let me take it back. My bad. So these pests here that we're seeing in front, they look big on that sheet. Sorry, they're not that big. They're as it says, the largest is really kind of about 1/4 of an inch. And when we think about some of the others, you get as small as, in the microns size. So detecting them is quite difficult. And these can cause major damage. And today, the way that they're detected is typically through means of very manual. They're sifted. You're either taking a deep probe and penetrating down and pulling out a sample to look, or we have monitors and traps that are up and they're using pheromones to attract. But these are targeting adults. They're not targeting the eggs or the larvae that are causing the challenges. In addition to the grains, you also have fresh produce, and there we're dealing with different quarantine pests. These are pests that are introduced from other countries, and such as a Chilean false red mite, and then also the Mediterranean fruit fly. The only way that we detect these is through visual inspection. And believe it or not, I'll just use grapes as an example. When grapes come into port, or I'll use pineapples, that's a better one. So pineapples, when they come into port, the way that they're inspected, our government friends are inspecting 1% of that shipment. So you're hoping that 1% is the one that they caught has the infestation. If not, that's making it through. So in some of these pests that they're looking for, such as the Chilean red mite, as I said, that's roughly 1/4 of a millimeter in size. Try to see that, and that's the adult, so that doesn't even tell you. So here's the scope. This is what we're looking for, all you brilliant people out here in the room. We want to get a technology that is capable of detecting all life stages and being deployed at a customer location for real-time or near real-time detection on site. Our goal is that this technology can be ideally deployable within 3 years. So if you have a solution or some ideas or would love to work with us, sorry, I'm going to go, I keep hitting that button, I apologize. If you have a solution for us, let me know. Reach out to me. Also joining me here is our marketing manager, Chelsea Swartz. So look us up and we'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you.